guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we'll talk about how to make friends, focusing on 5 lessons from the book How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. So let's get into today's video, guys. Lesson 1: don't criticize, simply appreciate. The author says that people rarely take the blame for their actions, that instead they look for a way to blame others. This chapter took me back to an incident in my life where someone did something wrong to me in public and everyone was expecting me to react. But I chose not to. I just decided to avoid this person from that day on. The next day, someone else who heard about the incident walked up to me, told me that she confronted the other party about their behavior, but she simply responded by saying she did nothing to me. I was shocked at the time, and when I read this chapter in the book, it explained a lot. People rarely own up to their faults. They would rather absolve themselves of any wrongdoing by shifting the blame to someone else due to their pride and ego. So criticizing or reprimanding someone for a wrong done makes people defensive. It doesn't yield the desired results. It will only foster anger, bitterness, and resentment. If you want to get along with people, don't criticize. Instead, try to understand why people do what they do. Be more forgiving and look for a diplomatic way to get your views across. The author says that the only way to get someone to do what you want is by making the person want to do it. Everybody likes a compliment. One of the greatest desires of humanity is to be appreciated. The desire for a feeling of importance is one of the key distinguishing differences between mankind and the animals. One of the most neglected virtues of our daily existence is appreciation. Give honest and sincere appreciation, not flattery. Be lavish in your praise, and people will cherish your words and treasure them. Lesson 2: stop being self-obsessed. Everyone is somewhat self-obsessed. We all think about what we want morning, noon, and night. Our hopes, our desires, our goals, our plans, our dreams. Everyone is wrapped up in their own world. If you want to develop good relationships with people and make friends, you mustn't impress them by getting them to be interested in you. You can't make real friends that way. If you want to make friends, you must take out time to develop genuine interest in other people. You must take out time to do things for people that require time, energy, unselfishness, and thoughtfulness. You must also greet people with enthusiasm and animation. Smile at people. It makes a world of difference on how people react and respond to you. Lesson 3: make the other person feel important. The author says that there is one important law of human conduct, that if we obey that law, we will never get into trouble. In fact, if the law is obeyed, it will bring us countless friends and constant happiness. But the very instant we break the law, we will get into endless trouble. The law is this: always make the other person feel important. John Dewey said the desire to be important is the deepest urge in human nature. You want the approval of those you come in contact with. You want recognition of your true worth. You want a feeling of importance in your little world. You don't want to listen to cheap, insincere flattery. You want friends and associates that are genuine. You want your friends and associates to be, as Charles Schwab puts it, hearty in their approbation and lavish in their praise. Lesson 4: you can't win an argument. Few people are logical. Most of us are prejudiced and biased. Most of us have preconceived notions with jealousy, suspicion, envy, fear, and pride. Most people don't want to change their minds about their religion, their lifestyles, their favorite music. Let's face it, we don't like being told we are wrong. I used to love arguing so much when I was much younger. I was even on the debate team, and guess who never lost? Yep, your guess is as good as mine. I would argue with whoever about whatever until I won, and I was so pleased with myself. One thing I observed after each victory was that the other person became bitter, resented, and possibly hated me. I remember I had all manner of nicknames due to my love of arguing, and the funny thing is back then I loved those nicknames. But looking back now, it wasn't nice at all. People simply tolerated me, and it's no surprise that I didn't have a lot of friends back then. Nothing good can be achieved by arguing with someone. It is best you avoid an argument as much as you can, if you can. Trust me on that. One of the principles of the book is that the only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. And I agree with the author. If you are inclined to tell people that they are wrong, read this before you do. It's from James Harvey Robinson's book, The Mind in the Making. Quote, "We sometimes find ourselves changing our minds without any resistance or heavy emotion. But if we are told we are wrong, we resent the imputation and harden our hearts. We are incredibly heedless in the formation of our beliefs, but find ourselves filled with an illicit passion for them when someone proposes to rob us of their companionship. It is obviously not the ideas themselves that are dear to us, but our self-esteem which is threatened." In other words, don't argue with your customer, friend, spouse, neighbor, whoever. Simply use diplomacy. In the words of Abraham Lincoln, you will catch more flies with honey than with a gallon of gall. Lesson 5. Sympathize with people and appeal to their nobler motives. If you want to make friends easily, sympathize with people. Try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. Consider other people's ideas and feelings as important as your own. Everyone likes to feel important, so when dealing with people, try as much as you can to treat the other person's ideas and feelings with importance. Try to put yourself in the other person's shoes. That way, you will understand the hidden motives behind people's actions. The author says that a lot of people are longing for sympathy, and when you give it to them, they will love you. Also, instead of arguing and being contentious with people, appeal to their nobler motives in order to get them to cooperate with you. J.P. Morgan observed that a person usually has two reasons for doing a thing, one that sounds good and a real reason. So in order to change people or win them over to your side, you have to appeal to their nobler motive. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.